Hey guys, Not Kosher. Thanks for being here. This is Bexy. I got Kristy here with me today. You're listening to the Not Kosher podcast, coming to you from the Alive and Social Network at the Southside Studios. Thanks for listening. I'm really glad you came to my Juniverse. This is an awesome place to be, and Kristy and I are in our little podular, and we're going to be talking about some really fun, like Thanksgiving shit today. So we're really excited, whether it be about the bird or about the drinks or about the nasty ass fucking family we all have to deal with. But anyway, so make sure you check out Not Kosher at Not So Kosher on Twitter. We're on Blab right now, but no one's going to really even care about that. But we just want to see ourselves, right?
Can I play this back later, though?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
on Blab, you can. You can do replay on that. All right, I'm getting a hot flash, of course. So you can also check out notkosher.net to, if you want to get to all the episodes through Spreaker, iTunes, whatever. You just hit the black button. It'll get you to what you need to get to. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and any place you can find Not Kosher. You just find it. So, I just want to put it out there that I really want to start a 70s plus active group, not specifically like a singles group, but, in 20 years, I'm going to be in that space. And I was thinking it would be nice to have some sort of like a group to be a part of. Wouldn't it be nice, Kristy? Mm-hmm. I think if we had someplace we could go to, because by the time we're in our 70s, we're going to be they do that now. We'll be hanging out at Vertical Endeavors, right? Well, at least with my titanium hip, I'll have more parts that are titanium, and I'll be able to do anything. I'll be the bionic woman.
You totally will.
So, oh yeah. So,
I like how you're thinking ahead about this.
I know. I always think ahead. I'm a move forward
20
girl.
Years ahead. That's a long
Well,
time.
it's important to do that because you never know. You never know what's going to happen.
No.
Grant, you need to leave. You can leave.
No, I'm good.
I'm feeling like
I'm just struggling from Sunday. I went to the Vikings game, and you can hear it in my voice a little bit. My right eye, I got quite the headache
from the cold.
The cold mixed with a little cold beer and a couple more cold beers. And
do they make you do you splash it in your face so that it keeps you awake and not so drunk?
It should,
okay.
Hopefully.
Oh my god! So I was talking to somebody last night who was saying that it was an awesome game, but he didn't wear boots.
Oh, was he?
So his feet were fucking freezing. But I was downtown.
Nothing worse.
No, and that's true. That is true. I hate that the most.
Cold feet, cold or wet feet. Always keep a
gross.
Clean pair of dry socks.
Yep.
It's very important.
Do you put those feet warmers, or do you have the hand warmers?
No, I just put the wool socks on with some boots yesterday, and I was good.
Oh.
It wasn't that bad, really.
No.
I overdid it.
Well,
I was a little hot, personally.
You know what, though? It's better to be... Actually, my friend's a non-drinker, so that's probably why you were warmer.
Exactly.
Yeah. But when I came downtown yesterday, I went through downtown, and I was watching people get dressed, and they were in their little, camouflage and orange, full-blown, leg. They had their adult snow pants on, and it was hysterical. Who's talking? Somebody's doing something. Oh, hey, hello. I don't know who you are.
Real?
I can't read. It's too far. What does it say? Hero Real?
Hello, Hero
Peace
Real?
out.
Hi.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hi. Anyway, so today on my little Not Kosher show, I have Kristy Wesson. I don't believe that she is from the Wesson oil plant.
I am not.
Are you slippery when wet? Or slippery?
That I am.
Do you use Wesson oil when you have sexual activity with your husband? I heard people from Chicago do that. No?
People from Chicago do many things. That might be one of them. I didn't know. And I grew up in the suburbs, so maybe that's why.
Oh, that's why. But I heard the real Chicagoans, they totally use Wesson oil. And I thought maybe you had stock or something in it. Anything?
No. I wish there was some sort of family connection.
All right. Well, I'm so sorry about that.
It's unfortunate.
That's okay. It's all right. Then you get to have a job.
Right.
Then you get to go to a job every day and feel like you're worth something and not so worthless. That's a really good thing.
That is a good thing.
Kristy and I today and Grant, actually, Grant's just got an array of shit going on there with his Diet Coke.
I got Diet Coke, coffee, and a drink.
But these are our Mitzvah Magic drinks today. I know for those of you who are visually watching Blab, but they are pretty nasty, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm a bourbon drinker because I did Bourbon Alley, a couple months ago, and I just think I'm all that in a bag of chips.
Wait, you did what?
Bourbon Alley in Kentucky. You go down there and you drink all the fucking bourbon.
Oh, God.
It's unbelievable.
That sounds horrible.
It's Yeah, I know. Grant always, when I'm bragging about shit, he like always gives me that shit. Well, great for you. Okay, so in here we have bourbon. We have bourbon maple syrup, which I was lucky to have at home. Pumpkin puree, cinnamon, orange bitters. What else did I have in here? Dark rum, orange juice. It's just a bunch of shit, like a mitzvah drink, a bar bat mitzvah drink. But this is our mitzvah magic today. And we have our special drinks. Oh, did I say pumpkin puree in there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
don't
don't
know if I did.
But it's festive, and it's a lot of brown liquor, which is never a great thing
Yeah,
for
you
me.
said you didn't like that. Does
I
it
like
make
you,
your
though,
pee
so-
turn brown? You
No,
don't have
it's
to
just-
drink
it's-
it. I can bring it home, especially watered down. It's probably
Here's the
better.
thing. You're not going to have to twist my arm. That's number one. Number two, it's just a different kind of. I can feel like brown liquor is just a different kind of drunk.
I think you're right. It's kind of heavier. It's a heavier drunk.
It's a different, like it's almost like a personality shift, which I don't know.
A
Maybe
personality. See, and I look at it as I bet it's when you boot, it's nastier. Like a lighter drink, vodka or whatever, just kind of
Right.
spews out, and you're done
Right,
and whatever. But
right.
this kind of lingers and kind of gets
Yeah.
stuck in places because of the darkness, right? That's what dark shit does.
Yeah.
That's what they say it does. So I want to talk a little bit before we get into our Thanksgiving bullshit. Oh, that's so special. God.
It's one of the best shows
So
on
what's
television. This
Wonder
is-
Years,
Oh,
love it.
the best.
I got goosebumps right now. Fred
Yeah.
Savage,
Yes. And I
Daniel
saw-
Stern was the narrator. Daniel Stern.
Right. Last night at the American Music Awards. Sorry.
No. Go for it.
Winnie was in the audience.
I saw that twice.
Yes, because when I was thinking about it, it's like all a big conspiracy with ABC, right? Because she was on Dancing with the Stars. So now she's like a genius. Did you know that?
I did not know.
She went to Stanford, and she has a mathematics doctorate or something.
Wow.
Cool.
And so anyway, so ABC ties it all in. So of course Winnie's in the audience at the American Music Awards, and the fact that I know all these things is frightening.
That's like one of the two things I really noticed from it last night. My roommate was watching. I'm like, oh, look, there's Winnie from Wonder Years. And he's like, that's what you got out of this? And I'm like,
That's what I got out of it.
I
yeah.
love the Wonder Years. I have them all on DVD.
Guys, I didn't watch that show. I know who you're talking about, but I didn't watch that show. I'm sorry. I was into really weird shit then.
Okay,
You don't wanna
but
know.
watch it now because it's so good.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, Wonder
Kind of
Years.
It's kind of a pussy show. You
No,
guys.
but yes, that's the thing. Is it's
Sorry.
It is.
wholesome.
Screaming.
It's wholesome.
It's
It's
wholesome.
got a good
I'm not-
message at the end of it. It reminds you of the good days when there was nothing. I'm serious.
No,
I'm not
Like-
very
with you.
wholesome. I don't know.
And I'm
totally
30
with you.
years old, and I wish I
Yeah, but you are wholesome.
Wait, how
Brad.
old were you when that show was out? 6 months old?
No, it was my parents and I all watched it. That with Cheers. It was like our family night.
They
Home
popped in.
Improvement, Cheers, Wonder Years, Wings, few of those terrible,
I love Wings.
olds. But that's what I remember growing up. So that was my childhood in a sense, and it just reminds me of a good time.
But honestly, how old were you when Wonder Years? Because when was Wonder Years out? What year?
89, 91. Let's look. I'll find
'Cause
out.
I was 13 in 89.
I was
So you
busy
were
getting
3.
laid at
Yeah.
13.
No, I was.
You were 3. Well, because
awesome.
that's probably
That's
what they
5.
did. You guys probably sat down with your TV dinners.
Yeah,
Did
kind
you
of.
do those?
Yeah.
Or your macaroni and cheese from a box, and then you guys all watched your shows together.
Yeah.
That's pretty cute,
It's
actually.
really cute.
He comes from a very nice little family, actually.
I can't
that they're
believe
very
he's only
close.
30 years old.
I know.
Good Lord.
I know. He's lucky though. It's funny. He kind of looks older, but he really doesn't. And then he can probably act really immature, but he acts really mature.
Well, that's what threw me is he's a grown up.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you.
But his brain
welcome.
works because he's over 25.
We're going 88 to 93. So
88 to 93,
9. I mean, in
yeah.
the end of it, the tail end of it, I was 9 years old. You know what's going on when you're
Yeah.
9.
Oh, God. I have 10-year-olds. Don't tell me that.
I mean, you don't know what's going on, but you remember things from when you were 9. You get to
Again.
that 5-year-old, there's not a clue. But 9, 10, 11, 12, that's where my memory goes back to.
Like I'd have to tell my husband that he should not have one of the kids sitting there enjoying South Park with him at 5.
Right.
Big Daddy would sit there and watch South Park, and I was like, wow.
a
Really,
great show.
dude? I don't think you should really be doing. She'd be like, I get it. I'm like, no, you really don't. Actually, she probably did that one, but yeah, at least we didn't do that. See, we were bad parents. Those were you guys. Your parents were
Your
good.
parents are good
Grant.
parents.
Not really, though. We watched, my first rated R movie was, we owned a couple golf courses growing up, so Caddyshack was the standard in my household. So Caddyshack is a pretty raunchy
Yeah, it is,
movie at times where
It's
there's a
real.
naked scene in there, and I remember being very young, and my dad was like, it's a golf movie, it's okay. we work in the golf industry, so son, it's okay. And
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
great. Oh, my
I
gosh.
mean, so like my dad and we were very, it was just the three of us, and we watched pretty much whatever. They knew that they explained to me when things weren't real and when to look at it in the right perspective. So there was no limitations on what I had to watch. We did watch a lot of wholesome stuff though too, because that's what was on back then. I mean, now it's like Two Broke Girls, which is funny. Like those shows now, they're so 2.5 Men. They're every witty line is as gross and as crude as you can be.
That's pretty true.
When they used to be just home improvement. A little bit of a grunt and a tool, and some guy shocking himself because he doesn't know how to fix something.
It's true.
It was slapstick comedy with a wholesome message. There is none of that anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Ray Romano, even
You're
at
right. You're
even
right.
at Everybody Loves Raymond. Remember that show? Another good show.
Yeah.
I'm not like a sitcom watcher normally.
no.
No. Like when I was younger, watching The Wonder Years and all that stuff. But like now there's really nothing
Of value.
Like honestly, my husband and I are like, what are we doing with Comcast? We're paying $200 a month.
we all
and this
say
is
that.
insane. There's
Don't we all bitch about
nothing
that?
to watch.
Weren't we bitching about that one time, Grant, about how ridiculous? Remember when my bill they had charged me more money for something, and I was like,
Of course they did.
what the fuck? And you're totally screwed.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
With all the options out there now, Hulu, Netflix.
Yeah, but
the sports packages, basic cable. I mean, you don't need to actually pay
You
for
don't.
cable.
That's true.
I'm the kind of person where I like, the Twins on FSN, and I don't want to go buy the MLB package. So I just
Yeah.
like it for my convenience things. I'll never go away from it, but I could see why people would.
If we were to leave it, here's where I would have an issue is award shows such as the AMAs, which were horrendous.
But you can get that on
But-
basic cable, like one of those digital converters.
I know, but here's the thing. So when we call, they just rope you in, and they're like, okay, but we'll just give you like 7 months for free.
And then you're like,
know?
no.
Like,
And then you
okay.
stay on, and then 10 months go by, and you're paying twice
And
as
then I'm
much.
bitching about it a week later, being like, why am I not getting rid of this? This is so stupid. Wait, back to having your kids watch the movies, though. I had them watch Big.
Great
yeah.
movie.
Great movie. Right?
Yeah, that's a great movie. But there's stuff, it's
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa puff, shimmy, shimmy,
yeah,
rah,
and it's
shimmy,
pretty
shimmy,
clean.
cocoa puff,
They
shimmy,
definitely
shimmy,
keep that clean. But I always thought it was so funny when I bring my kids to the movies to see cartoons, and there was so much dirty shit in the background of it.
Well,
And
yeah,
I was
because it's
like,
geared towards adults.
wow,
Disney?
really?
Yeah, they
and
were
the kids
very-
are like, and you're like, oh my god,
Shrek was very dirty. My parents
Yeah.
loved that, and we'd go watch that, and my dad would be like, no, that's just as funny for me as it is for you.
For sure. Toy Story. Toy Story is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I love
I
them.
think it's hilarious. It is. Don't make faces.
No, I like-
It
no, no, no,
is.
I-
It's so good.
I love Toy Story. That's a really good one. I was actually going to tell him. Do you remember Shrek?
I love Shrek.
But do you remember Shrek is a Yiddish word?
Is it?
Yeah, it means ugly. I think it means ugly. Now, don't mark me until I find this, right? I'm pretty sure that was the
I had a
deal.
Shrek birthday cake for my 30th birthday.
Did you?
Grant,
That's how
did
much
you have a Shrek
loved
birthday
it.
cake for your 30th?
I did not, no.
Oh my god,
That's how much I loved it.
That's how much you loved it.
I did.
I love that.
Because it was popular when I was.
The donkey.
He's so
Eddie
cute though.
Murphy.
They're
Yeah.
all so they're
good.
all so cute.
That'll do, donkey. I always say that when I'm annoyed with someone.
You do?
That'll do, donkey.
Oh,
And it's
that's
just
really
like,
funny, actually.
just-
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Shrek in Yiddish means a large green ogre.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I'm
did.
pretty sure. I might have it wrong, but it's something like that. It's something ugly. It's a word for fear, alarm, or dismay. Shrek is the Yiddish word for fear, alarm, or dismay.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry, it's a little off.
That makes sense.
Okay, so I wanted to give a little bit. I do these things, Kristy, where I talk about a little bit what I did over the week.
Okay.
And I know we're kind of taping this, but I had a little bit of an active week and weekend, which doesn't happen very often. Yeah. We went to the discotheque. We went to the Oz. And I wore my Nina pumps and I wore my Dan Skin little outfit.
I love that.
And sniffed Coke. It was great. And Grace Lorenzi was my DJ. I don't know if anybody knows her. Did we talk? Oh, we talked
Yes, we
about
talked
Grace.
about this.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody, Grant, you didn't know Grace, but there was this radio station. Was she KMOJ or KFMX? One of the two. They were disco stations.
KMOJ, spinning the jams,
Yeah.
89.9.
And Grace was a DJ for that for years. And then at the club, she was always a DJ. But I met her working out. And Kristy knew her as well from working out. And she was a really wonderful woman. But unfortunately, she passed away a year ago, a little over a year ago. So I'm going to, because I always want to be first, I'm kidding. I really don't. But I'm going to talk about it just so you can have a time to reminisce over your weekend and think about what you did more than just getting fucking wasted on Saturday night.
Right.
Yeah. And then boo-hoo about it on Sunday morning.
And then right back at it on Monday.
You're such a good girl. Yeah.
know.
So I was fortunate enough to see my friend Heidi Zeman at the Townhouse. So Heidi, my friend, is this cabaret singer, and she sings at the Townhouse occasionally, which is hysterical because she's straight. She's married to an orthodontist who's got like four offices, and she's a well-to-do little woman. She has a tennis court in her backyard and a pool and lives on a creek. I mean, she's got everything. She is small and cute. She's like as big as Grant, and she's just gorgeous. And she always has the most unbelievable outfits that are totally my style, totally blingy and, leathery or fake leather, whatever. And she's gorgeous. So she sang at the Townhouse. They have a little back room there. This is a gay bar
Townhouse?
on University. It's a gay bar.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a female, it's pretty dykey.
Okay.
But I have... No. I mean, I don't mean anything disrespectfully,
No,
but
I know, but the
over
way you said that was
lipstick
funny.
lesbians, it's more of a dykey bar. They're more rough women. Anyways, so they were doing a benefit that on Saturday night for retrievers, they're called. There's a group of people called retrievers, and if you lose your dog, you call them and they help go find the dogs.
That's nice.
It's like a nonprofit that somebody put together. So they were doing a benefit with drag queens, right? So after we're done listening to the cabaret show, there was like 6 different people singing. And you guys, there was a night that was, because Heidi's Jewish, there was a bunch of Jewish people in there. The room maybe only seats maybe 25, 30 people at the most. But there was her friend, and he's like 72, and then his sister, who is 84, with her 97-year-old boyfriend. Okay, you guys should have seen these two walking through. You have to go to the back of the bar to get to the cabaret part, and they've got little walkers and sticks. What are those called?
Canes.
Thank you. And they're like walking through the dyke bar with this. It was hysterical, you guys. Hysterical. So it was just a bunch of like St. Louis Park Jewish people coming to this event. It was really funny. So then afterwards, we went into the bar because I have some friends that go in that are hanging out in there. Actually, a very good friend of mine that I've been friends with since we were like 19. And we hung around, and they had this drag show, and I was talking to one of the, I don't know if you call them drag. Yeah, you say I was talking to one of the drag queens, okay? But sometimes I always wonder if some of the drag queens are actually women pretending to be an overdone woman. Like, I've always wondered, that is a question. If anybody has that answer and you're actually listening to Blab, you could answer me, because I've always wondered about that. I got to remember to ask my friends.
I've never actually thought that was
Well,
a
sometimes
possibility.
I wonder because some of them are small. They're very I'll look at their hands. My mom always taught me to look at hands about people. They're just
That's
so
funny. My dad said the same thing. You can learn a lot by somebody's hand. Like what kind of
How
worker
old
they are, how
Yes.
old they are. If they're
Yes.
you can tell a lot, and how clean they are because of
if they're into doing cars or
my
if
dad.
they're
My
pushing
dad would
paper.
say, he'd always be like, "Look at your hands." He's like, "A female always looks at your hands, so
I
make
do.
sure you
I
have
do too.
clean hands."
I
do.
like guys with big hands.
Yes.
Well, I don't
Yes.
have big
Guys
hands,
with
too.
but
big
I got clean
But
hands.
clean. I like big and clean. And I always say to Big Daddy, because he's in the white collar business, and I'm like, dude, you should not, I can fix your nails up really pretty for you. But there are women that are going to look at them. So I'm sitting here, one of the drag queens is talking to me, and we're just like shooting the shit a little bit for a few minutes. And all of a sudden he goes, didn't you used to go to Buka and like with that group of women? I'm like, but he said Buca de Beppo really quick. And I was like, and I don't call it Buca de Beppo.
Right.
So I was
call it
like,
Buca or what?
where? Yeah. I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, Buca. I go, oh my God, are you Tim? So Tim was this guy that would always wait on this like group of like 15, 20 of us that we would go once a month. And I always knew he did this drag show, but I had never gone. I'm like, I can't fucking believe that on a whim here I am, and you're doing this drag show. Anyways, that was very funny. So last week I was fortunate enough to go to see Peter Himmelman. He played at the Century Theater, which is a joke that he was playing in the Century Theater because he needs to be in First Avenue. He's really good.
Yeah.
And I was pissed off.
Wait, where was he playing?
Century Theater, which is in City Center. Hennepin Theater Trust owns it. It's next door. It's like they basically took like a room and put some chairs in there on like risers, like you're at the gym. Like you're at the high school gym, and there's like a little stage, and he's really good. And he was with Jeff Victor, who we all love and adore as well.
Right.
So Jeff Victor came onto stage with a parka on, a full blown, like the ones from the 80s, you know, that's kind of that green shiny shit, and it's big and it's got fur around the hood. And he played like that. So he looked like, what was Snoopy? Was it Who was the little dude on the keyboard, on the little piano?
Not Linus. It wasn't Linus.
What's his name?
Schroeder.
So he looked like Schroeder because he popped his hood over him, and then he was like, you know, playing like really tight and small, and it kept kicking his leg. Okay, moving on to Peter Himmelman.
Wait, I need
What, honey? You want more drink?
Yeah, she needs the liquid.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
So we can go back to talking.
I can get up myself.
What did you do this weekend besides the AMAs? How about you?
Me?
Yeah.
So I have 3 boys. I have twins that are 10 almost,
Nice.
and then a 6-year-old. So we took the 6-year-old. The twins had a sleepover. So it's kind of a nice treat when we get to take the little one. Wow, thank you, Becca. It's kind of a nice treat when we get to just take the little one out because we don't get a lot of. He's like our 3rd child, and he's lucky he gets fed and all that business, you know. So like really, and so we took him out to dinner. Have you guys been to Nighthawks?
Nighthawks.
What's that?
It's on Nicollet, right next to 5 Watt.
Is it? That cute little place next
It's
door
so
that you
cute.
can't get into.
No. So we go at 6:30, and we got there just in time. So
Okay.
we waited probably 20 minutes, whatever. My youngest son is like he got pancakes, like they serve pancakes all day, whatever. My husband and I, you know, had a couple drinks, whatever. My kid is eating, and the next thing we know, he's passed out in the booth. It's like
What?
Yeah, he
Food coma.
he just falls asleep like at a whim. So we were like,
Is he
is
he a
narcoleptic?
Narcissist.
No.
Is he nocturnal?
No, he's just a kid that like
Narcoleptic.
he's lucky. He can sleep anywhere, anytime, whatever. So then my husband and I just kept drinking because that's the good parents that we are.
As long as he's quiet, laying down.
Right. So that was Friday. And then Saturday we went to First Avenue, which is my favorite venue ever to see music. So we do a lot of live music stuff. We love live music. And there's a band called The National, which we're big fans of. And it's like indie. It's very like, my husband's really into like the cool music. Like he's the cool music guy. He listens to The Current and all that business. So it was an offshoot of The National. So the lead singer for The National and some other dude formed this band. And it was good. It was like indie and fun and cool. And First Ave is just such a great place to see music. So I was drinking like
Too much. Like
Having
a good
fun.
mother of 3.
like a good mother of 3. Yeah.
On your night off, right?
Yeah, well, even not on my nights off, but yes. So, yeah. So, but I think First Avenue is like one of the coolest places in Minneapolis, if not the coolest.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, that was my life there. I was at the
I love that you
Purple
used to
Rain.
hang. No, don't even. I can't
Yeah.
take. I'm so jealous.
Well, now you have to remember. So I grew up when I was hitting the bars like in the 80s, right? So actually, we would hit the bars in the 70s because we were like 13 and 14 when we were going to bars because you could do that then.
Right.
And you could walk in. It was ridiculous. I had friends. Well, I'm not going to say what my friends would do, but we knew Prince when he would go to the bars and he just had Soft and Wet out, which was one of his original ones.
Right.
And no one really knew him. He was nothing. He really was nothing. He was some creep that would come in with a couple of his big friends. They weren't bouncers. They were just his big friends because he was tiny. And he was weird because he was wearing heels.
Right.
You know, he always wore heels. So we thought he was just a creep, and he would literally stand like next to the pillars on the dance floor. Very rarely would you see him dance. Once in a while, he'd get out there and just do the, with the one arm thing, Yeah. He would come in and just kind of hang out and just watch. He'd just watch everybody.
He was on the AMAs last night. He was the first presenter last night.
I'm going to have to do a replay on that one.
I
'cause
always
didn't see
say
it.
it's not an award show until Prince shows up. He's at every single award
He's
show.
so cool.
And he just like comes in. He's like carrying a guitar, but like he doesn't play. He doesn't even acknowledge it. And he just presents the award and he's like, peace, I'm out. Like,
cool.
it's like,
He's so cool.
Yeah.
You know what I wonder? Occasionally how we hear about, I want to look this up and find out, but you know how we always hear about, you don't have to, about how he's financially not doing so great or whatever. We should start
Kickstart.
for Prince. Because you know what? He's very deserving of it. He was always
Donate
really.
it. You know he would.
Yeah.
He would be like, thank you, but I'm going to donate. 'Cause
Yeah,
his image,
you're right.
He would.
He's such a nice guy. He always was such a nice guy. Did such good things.
Let's go back to this for a minute. So you were in the whole Purple
yeah,
Rain to
not
me.
in the whole film, but like stuff we did at First Avenue is in there.
I've probably
did the
seen Purple
concerts.
Rain 700 times.
I love that. I was also in another one. I can't remember. We had some films that they've done here.
Like when
we've
we
been lucky.
moved here from Chicago,
Yeah.
I literally told my friends, I go, well, Prince is from there, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah, and it is. Have you ever been to Paisley Park?
So-
how can we get Prince?
I've never-
If you can hear us, we really want to just see Paisley Park, and I want to
have
see
you
you in a
been
cute
there?
outfit. No, I've never.
Here's the thing. They don't, because, he has these dance parties they go until or they start at 4 a.m.
There we go. I love that.
Love it.
It's awesome.
I mean, I remember my cousin and I used to watch Purple Rain, and how old was I? I was like 9, and so I remember in 84, and it was like so naughty,
It was.
It was.
like we should not have been watching
The
it.
scene
at
by the
all.
lake.
yeah.
The scene by the lake, like the scene like when she's in the basement with him, like
Yeah.
it's just naughty.
All this little soft music. This might have been the song that they were playing when they were getting down. Getting down.
Oh God.
Getting down and
But
dirty.
I love
Yeah.
Prince a whole lot.
He's pretty cool.
It's just the music, not.
It's cool. Oh, it's nice. It's nice though.
So you can talk over it. I figured.
Yeah, he's cool. Okay, but we really should get to, because I know we're just flying through our time here. But Grant, you know what though? I don't mean to be rude. No, rude. I don't want to be rude, but Grant, I kind of want to know what you did over the weekend, or at least the fact that you went to see the game yesterday.
I went to the game. I had a wedding for a good friend of mine at Dayblock Brewery right off of Washington Avenue by Grumpy's there.
That's a fun place.
Yeah, my friend got married there this weekend.
So cool
That's nice.
that they did it there.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that because it's like one venue. You
Yeah.
get married and then you go into another room and have some hors d'oeuvres, and then you go back in. They have it all set up, and it was all in one place. It was a lot of fun. Good music, good beer, good food.
Cool.
It was like a Mexican dish, so it was tacos and stuff.
fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
taco bar.
Nice.
It was really cool. So I
love
did
that.
that Saturday and
How
Sunday.
late were you out?
Huh?
How late were you out? What time did you get home?
Saturday I got home about 1:00.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I tried because I knew Sunday
You
with the
had the
Vikings
game.
game would be a little
game.
big one, so I
Right.
got home at a reasonable hour.
So who won?
The Vikings lost. Pretty
That's
bad.
kind of sad.
You're happy, aren't you?
I mean, my husband's happy. He's I don't care about professional football.
I like that. That's cool. That doesn't then. Yeah.
Is there something other than professional football? Are you talking about high school football?
Can we talk about my Iowa Hawkeyes for a minute?
Ooh, them Hawkeyes undefeated.
Funny, really?
I'd like to give a little plug. Yes, this is the first. They're 11-0. They're going to the Big Ten Conference Championship. My job in college was working in the football offices, so this is like
Oh, so you're totally. I
massive
get
for
that.
me.
That
That's
makes
awesome.
sense. I mean,
Massive.
if that was something you did, or
and
you
like I
grew up
make my
watching
kids
it,
wear
or-
Iowa stuff,
Oh, that's really funny.
like
Poor
under
babies.
duress. I'm like, put it on.
And then they leave the house and they change really quick.
They're like, no, we don't really.
before
we
they
don't
go
like
to school.
Iowa.
Please
Yeah.
don't make us do this, Mom. Please.
Yeah, so I care about college sports way more than I like college football and basketball especially more than.
Cool. As long as you have your,
Interesting.
you like what you like. I
wish
like
was-
them all.
I wish I was more into sports. Like, I like to watch it, but
Why? It's kind of silly.
I don't know. Christy,
Yes, Becca.
I just want to thank you so much for coming on with me today. And I really want to talk about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Now, we all know that it's not really per se a Jewish holiday, but I don't really know any Jewish people that don't celebrate it. Now, I would assume that there's probably a fair amount of Orthodox people that are really not into it. In fact, I'm almost positive.
Why?
But-
This is
well-
how dumb I am. I don't.
Well,
why?
we're in America, so to me, I look at it, it's an American holiday, and so it pertains to the American history. But, that's not really per se a custom of theirs,
Okay,
But
so I've got a little bit of a funny story along these lines.
you need to tell me that story.
So my husband went to a smaller private liberal arts school called Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. Okay.
Part yeshiva?
Yeah. Next door to Peoria is a town called Pekin, and their high school mascot is the Pekin Chinks.
No, that's terrible.
So if this is giving you any sort of frame
Wow.
of reference, this is, I kid you not. So
Wait, how can they do that? I'm sorry, I don't
I
understand.
think the name. No, I'm not joking.
Because
so
they can't do the Redskin, they're making them change Redskins, right? They're making them change that,
Yeah.
and
I think
don't
they
get
have
it.
recently changed. Although I don't know. I think it's pretty strong in Pekin. Like the
Wow.
the force is strong. I don't think they're gonna change. Anyway, so my husband, let's just say he dated a lot of girls, and by dating, you know what I mean. So he,
Oh my God.
so he went home with a young lady for Thanksgiving one year. It was probably his junior year, and her family found out or knew that he was Jewish, and they said to him at the table with probably 20 people at dinner, they said, "What do your people do for Thanksgiving?" And he's like, "Well, we're Americans, so we have a turkey and we watch football. That's pretty much what we do, like everybody else."
Well, that's a very funny story. Well,
But I think that's
didn't that
like,
sound like an SNL skit? Well, Kristy, thank you. That was a very funny story.
I feel like you didn't like the story, but I'm telling
no,
you.
no, it is good. I'm sorry, I was busy trying to look up about this pecan
Peek and chinks.
Pecan
Yeah.
chinks, but are you looking that up
Yeah,
too?
it was the P. Yeah,
Wow.
and it goes all the way back to 1974 when the first complaint was brought in by a small group of Chinese Americans.
I mean, I can't imagine why they would complain.
Right, yeah, and they said that the name was degrading and racist and should be changed. And then in 1980, but it was voted on and it lost 1,034 to 182. And then in 1980, another push to change it happened. And
You know why it lost? Because it's Pekin, Illinois.
right,
I've just never heard that before, but I'm sure there's plenty of them like that.
Well, I'm pretty
you
sure
know?
that girl was a graduate, a Pekin High School graduate, and
I'm
proud of it.
So being that I was busy thinking and looking at something else, so what did your husband say? Like, did
He said, we're
I do-
American, and
and
we
we
have
do
turkey, and we
Thanksgiving.
watch football. That's what we do.
Do they? I know sometimes, but do they have a football game every Thanksgiving?
Right, so my husband is
So
actually...
like the Macy's Day Parade, they have 3 games.
they have one at 11, one at like in the afternoon, and then they have the night game on NBC as well.
Seriously?
Are the Packers playing at night? They're playing the Bears because
Yes.
Matt's going. My husband's going.
Yeah, I think they are.
They
Yep.
must have these games on so that the wives can set their husbands down in front of the TV all day while they're cooking.
It's my favorite thing: football, family, and food.
Yeah.
go.
All right. So, Kristy, tell me about your Jewish Thanksgiving.
Okay, so Thanksgiving.
You
mean
actually, we need to start off with your history of. Let's talk about you and your husband first.
Okay.
And one thing I find very interesting is you both have Jewish mothers, but not Jewish fathers, correct?
Right, correct.
Okay. So, and you raise your children Jewish, which I think is really awesome that you do that.
Yes.
So being that you had, like, how did they combine the way they grew up, each of them? I mean, I know it's
My husband, you mean?
well, I want to say, let's say each of your parents, and then how were your Thanksgivings? Were they similar Thanksgivings?
They were similar.
I know that's a
because-
weird question, but I'm
Not at
just
all.
kind of curious with both being that you have a parent that's from a Jewish family and a parent that's not. Like,
Yeah.
what's the different things,
I mean,
Is-
growing.
did you have kasha? Did you have kasha stuffed in your turkey? You don't have to drink it, Grant. You're not hurting my feelings.
Well, and I have to work after.
Yeah, I know, honey. It's okay.
So growing up, I think Matt and I had pretty similar backgrounds. So he has a younger brother. I have a younger brother. So we're both from families of four.
Nice.
And we both grew up with not having family around. So it would just be the four of us.
Oh,
at
your
Thanksgiving
extended
and-
family.
Extended family,
Yes.
excuse me. Yeah.
Your parents were there. They raised you.
Sometimes.
Right? You weren't in a foster home or anything.
No, sometimes they
Okay.
just throw me outside,
Okay,
but mostly
yeah.
they were there.
To the dogs.
So anyway, so it's actually nice now, and I think I mentioned this to you. So our parents are actually friends. So my in-laws and my parents,
That's right.
like
yeah.
my mom
Nice.
and Matt's mom, talk probably once a week.
Nice.
And so actually for a long time they came, so we go to Milwaukee every year for Thanksgiving. My parents are coming this year for Thanksgiving. They didn't for a few years, but we all spend Thanksgiving together, which is kind of nice because then my kids see both sets of grandparents.
It's
and-
really nice.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Look at how cute.
I mean, we're all dysfunctional.
You know what?
and whatever,
Can
but
I hear the
we talk.
crackling of the fire too? Is that what I hear there?
I'm trying.
As you're playing the
Is
piano.
there like a
Grant,
peanuts?
you're
Isn't there like a peanuts
No,
Thanksgiving
it's
thing?
Grant. This is Grant. Isn't he amazing?
He's amazing.
Amazing.
For a 30-year-old,
Yeah, I
especially.
know, right?
Jesus.
It's beautiful. You can.
I
you
remember
can-
being 30.
You can put your clothes on while you play the piano, though. Please.
Take them off too.
No. You should put your clothes back on while
on.
you're.
Does Grant have a girlfriend?
I had somebody for him, but he's fumbling.
I'm busy, not fumbling. It's terrible.
He's
we'll talk.
fumbling.
We'll talk.
Because I feel like Grant should have a girlfriend.
I know, and she's a really cute one that I got from a nice Jewish girl too.
Oh.
I know. She's blonde.
Very cute girl.
and
a
Stevie,
shiksa.
and Stevie Greenberg calls her his niece.
Oh.
So she's got a kind of famous uncle.
What are you waiting for, Grant? What are you waiting for?
Well, nothing
Did you want
really.
to say something?
Did I want to say something? Well,
Are you dating somebody right now?
no, I'm not.
Oh,
I did go on a date like 2 months ago with a girl from Match and didn't really work out very well.
Was
Why
it
not?
so bad that you feel like you can't do this?
No, it
again?
actually went well.
Oh.
I afterwards the communication just wasn't as great.
No, here's why. You didn't like her.
I guess that's what I'm
Right.
realizing.
I mean, let's just like.
Yeah.
let's
She's putting
call-
it right smack
let's
in
call
the
a spade a
bag
spade.
for
You
you.
didn't
I
like
hope she
her.
doesn't listen to this. But
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No,
I don't think
it's
so.
fine. It's fine. And then no, I've just been a little busy last few weeks here trying to get my life together. So
Can
I
I
don't
tell
wanna,
you something?
Yeah.
And I think you'll agree with
Yeah,
me.
probably.
When you meet somebody and you really like them, you're not busy. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like if you really
That's
like
why
somebody,
I
of
know,
course. So
I know.
I'm busy. Blah blah blah.
I
No.
tried to give him
if
an
you
out.
met, right.
I did.
Well, we'll get to that. We will.
Whatever. Okay. Anyway, so
There's
sorry.
my matchmaking for today. There's my
You
love
did
advice
good.
for you.
You did good, Miss Yenta. You're good. You're good.
Cupid's corner over there.
So you guys had similar backgrounds of growing up with Thanksgiving.
With Thanksgiving, yeah. I mean,
Was there
Thanksgiving is-
ham? Did either of you? Well, no. Now, come on.
No, no,
now
no, for
the
real.
moms
No,
are
that's-
Jewish,
no,
but
wait.
but basically, if the dads grew up with a ham, did they make the wives do ham?
No, not for Thanksgiving. For Easter, which is something that all
Serious?
Jews should celebrate. Yeah.
Well, we do. We have a Seder. They just put the pig in there because it's the other white meat.
Right.
Yeah, we just stuck to eggs.
Yeah.
Right?
No, for Thanksgiving it was very traditional for us, and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is like my jam.
Is that really?
Oh my god! First of all, I'm like a
Why?
gay man in a woman's body, so the fact is,
Gay man
it's
in a
true.
woman's
It's true.
body.
And all the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is all show tunes. Yes.
See, and I don't like show tunes, guys. If
What?
it's not, no,
What are
I'm really weird. I need all this shit. Grant knows the kind of music I like.
Yeah, we need hip hop.
Yeah, I just can't. I don't know why. I wish. I try really hard. And let me tell you, my mom and I, it's really kind of sad. I mean, I know we can see any show here too. I know you're going to give me one of the good for yous again, but I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. My mom and I tend to go to New York a few times a year. And I could tell you that in all these years, we've maybe seen 3 plays. We just, neither of us are really super into, like, we don't do museums. We just like to go,
do
not
you
shop.
do?
We like to shop a window shop more than anything and eat. Like,
Oh,
we literally just
obviously.
eat our way through.
Yeah.
And we just like to, like, you could walk down one block and the next year you could walk down the same block and it would be a completely different block. There'd be completely different stores to walk into. Almost
sure.
always. I mean, I the last few years, what's it called? Oh, Times Square has had basically the same stores, but they're constantly changing. Like, I always think it's cool that we're always seeing different. And my mom and I are very notorious for walking from, lower what do I want to say? Wall Street area.
Yeah.
And we'll go all the way up to the upper east or west side. We just like to walk. Like, it's really far and it takes us a day.
Oh yeah.
And it's fun. But we just, for some reason, don't get into plays. Or plays. What do I want to say?
Musicals.
Shows. I meant
Musicals,
musicals.
shows.
But you like musical stuff. And so you're saying to me that the Macy's Day Parade, which I literally have not seen that much, like I'll sporadically see parts of it because I'm not really, it's only because I maybe can't find anything else to watch.
I watch it from like I don't want to be interrupted.
Do you have a TV in your kitchen?
Well, I'm at my in-laws, so the TV is like outside, like it's right outside of the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Do you have a TV in your kitchen though?
No, because we have one of these open concept
Yep.
deals.
Yep.
Like,
So you can see the
so-
TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
So do you cook anything when you go over to the
Okay.
to the
So
house?
here's the funny thing, and my mother-in-law is going to hear this, so I have to be very careful what I say here. But
She doesn't mean it.
she does actually, but actually she does, and she knows that. My mother-in-law, it's so funny because she gets very stressed out about Thanksgiving, and she'll make things like she's probably making things as we speak right now. Like she's freaking out. I always say, I'm like, all right, I'll make the pumpkin pie like every year. That's my deal. It literally takes all of 15 minutes to make a pumpkin pie. Okay. But she gets so stressed
How
out
do you
about
cook the pumpkin and then scrape it out of the shell that quickly and puree it?
What do you mean?
Oh boy.
Am I missing something?
Yeah. Do you use canned pumpkin?
Don't. No
Wow.
judgment. No judgment.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to.
Really?
That
You
drink
do
you're
it.
drinking is fresh pumpkin,
Well,
my
can
dear.
you help me?
Sure. It's
Help
like, have
me.
you made squash?
No,
It's
I actually
squash.
have never. Okay,
You've
can
never
you-
made squash?
No.
You never took squash and then put brown sugar and marshmallows on it?
Can you help me?
And then at least the kids will eat it.
Oh,
like a grand.
oh, that's
Well, that's how you
terrible.
kind of, how you, in order to get used to coffee, you've got to put like a shit ton of cream and sugar in it.
Right.
Till it tastes like hot chocolate. When you have squashed, you have to put a lot of brown sugar and syrup or whatever on it, or
But it's
whipped
sweet
or
to
whipped
begin
cream.
with.
Yeah, or
Not
you just
sweet enough.
eat like all the other vegetables: green beans, carrots, corn, mashed potatoes.
You need orange in there. You need a color.
carrots. You got
Oh, got
carrots.
carrots.
I'll cook a carrot
Yeah.
before I eat a squash.
Oh,
Ooh, ooh.
oh, yum! I love squash. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have to talk about the pumpkin there.
I would
'cause
appreciate some tips there.
That's from tips on what? Oh, the squash. Oh, you're
Yeah.
looking at the screen. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, tell me how you make
So-
your pumpkin pie, though. I'm kind of curious.
I just like follow the recipe.
Are you
on
going to
the little
say
Libby's
can? You
Don't.
are- the
You're
Libby's
making me feel okay.
Oh my God.
You know what? Maybe that's why she doesn't let me make it, but she does it the same way.
I was going to say she probably does do it the same way. Not very many people. You know what? I think the more of the reason why we do it the way we do it is I came from this family that has a restaurant that
Well,
we've made
right.
everything. Everything was made from scratch. So I think that that's probably more common.
Good. My mother-in-law's thanking you right now
My
for
God.
letting us know that we need to not speak about her anymore because we're running out of time.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah, that was my subtle way of cut it.
So how do you, well, then how do you make your crust?
I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to. Maybe that's why.
Well,
See,
have
she
you ever,
doesn't
you
let
should
me make
try
anything
it.
else though, because she likes to be territorial about her kitchen, but then she'll be like, "Nope, I got it. Like, don't worry about me." You know, like she's
No,
like
I
that
get
kind
it.
of
I'm
person.
like that too. I don't like anybody. All right, so I tell everybody not to bring stuff.
But then she'll
and
be like exhausted.
yeah, I know. I do the same thing. It's just a Jewish mom thing. It's
Right.
like you do everything. You tell everybody not to bring anything. And then you are like
That's her.
drenched when they come in and you're like smiling with your hands on your hip and you're trying to be like all that. And then you're like miserable and a bitch. Yep. I get it. I get it.
So my sister-in-law. Well, I'd like to say we do dishes, but I mostly just stand there and watch her do dishes.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, I dry.
You're going to love this. Paper plates in my family.
I love it.
I know, right?
Why wouldn't
Love
you?
it.
Oh, did
Why
you
wouldn't
see?
you?
Did you see the thing on TV this morning? Not to change the subject, but it's about Thanksgiving. They did the Today Show did two things. They did one room. They had family from this. They had the same family, and they showed how you can eat less calories, and which we know certain things like this. Okay, so the
irritating.
one room is they're set on blue. All the silverware and everything's blue, and the table setting's blue.
Okay.
The other room's like clear white, right? The blue has something to do with it, makes you eat less. In the blue room, they set up a buffet, okay, which our family, that's what I was trying to say, is our family does buffet. That's why I was using it as an example.
So do we.
Good. And they say that obviously that's better than passing because you're getting up, okay? So the first thing they set out for them was greens, right? Salad, that kind of stuff. And people are starving, of course, like we all know. So you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to eat your greens first. Then they brought out the other stuff, and it was interesting to watch how much less food. Now, these people didn't know they were doing that. They thought they were doing like some special thing, but they didn't realize till after, and they told them that they were doing this calorie count thing. And they had like a nutritionist watching everything. They were, obviously filming it all. In the other room, they set everything on the table, the white clear room, and the people were passing the trays. And of course, they didn't touch the greens. And which is, we all know is pretty common.
Right.
But they added it up and they ate like 5,000 calories more in the sit down room. And then, of course, they didn't burn anything. So it's just very interesting. Sorry. So buffet is the way to go. And to me and to most of us, obviously. And you're going to have to tell your mother-in-law to do paper plates. Do you do plates?
Oh,
Real
no, she
plates?
does like China. Like it's
Like, do you do China?
Here's the thing: we're gonna go there Wednesday night. The table will already
Be
set.
set. Well, she's setting it today, honey.
No, she totally
Jewish
is.
women, yeah, they
It's
set
our-
them days before the holidays.
Why
Not
are we
just
doing
Jewish women.
Yeah.
My mom
Oh,
would
she do
set
it too?
Christmas up the day
Okay,
before. Yeah, at
let me
least.
rephrase that. Over 60.
Yeah, women over 60.
Actually, I'm getting close because I've started to do this thing where I start bringing the tables up like the day before.
My
I
mom.
mean, stop! What? Stop the madness! What is this? No. Why?
Well, because it is it's to get
less
to-
work to
it's
do
less
that day
work.
of.
get
I
you
get
to
it.
do this.
Okay.
Hi, with your hands on your hips, and you're maybe not sweating and not being a wretched bitch.
Right?
Maybe,
That's
yeah.
it. My mom's like, I would rather be pissed off that night than the day of because
Yeah,
so let's
'cause
just
something
get it all
got fucked
done.
up.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she
like
just tries to prepare. Not cook we cook the day of, but we set everything up beforehand.
Okay, and I
Yeah.
understand that, and I'm being ungrateful.
Not
So
ungrateful.
I apologize.
No, it's not ungrateful.
It's kind of ungrateful.
No, it's not. It's
a
cool.
different approach.
So why are you the wretched bitch that doesn't fucking help with the dishes? Who
Thank
does
you.
it?
My mother-in-law's gonna be like,
I'm
"Who
doing
is that
that for your
Becca?"
mother-in-law.
I love her.
I'm doing
I
it.
love her.
What?
I don't
I'm
know.
curious.
I just no. I do help. I just like I get. I don't. You know how there's like a certain way. Also, like you would load the dishwasher a certain way, whatever. Like I don't get in that mix. Like I will dry for her.
Yeah. I
don't
get
know.
it.
I get
Should
the
we-
stink eye all the time.
So,
like it's fine. I'm so
John
used
wants
to,
to
it at this
come
point.
in. Should we let this John guy in and see what he wants to
Yes.
say? All right, we're gonna let you in, John. I don't know. He's pulsing. He's pulsing. Well, when you get in, you can talk to us. Okay.
pulsing.
It's pulses. You know, it pulses.
When a man pulses.
Yeah, I know. It looks like the tip of that too.
Gra-
It's kind of funny.
Grant, where do you
Yeah.
go for Thanksgiving?
Poor connection. We can't get him. Oh, dude. Well, we'll wait. Maybe you come in. Anyway, so
Where do you go?
My
for
aunt's
Thanksgiving?
house.
Where does she live?
She lives in Victoria, Minnesota.
Where is Victoria, Minnesota?
It's out before Waconia off of Highway 5 and
That means nothing to me. But
are they on
west
a farm?
suburbs. No.
Can you hear me?
yes, hi.
Are you on there? We can barely hear you, John.
Good.
Yo,
How are you?
I'm good. Are you going to tell me about Thanksgiving? About your Thanksgiving?
What?
Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in and out.
Yeah, it
I
was
can hear it,
tough.
but
Yep.
it's not a good. It says on my screen, poor connection.
You're right.
So that's why.
Sorry,
Anyway,
John.
so Grant, so do you do anything when you go there, or you just sit and watch one game after the other?
I watch game after game. I help with the Christmas. We have Christmas at our place, so
Yeah.
we
Oh.
rotate all the different holidays.
Yep.
So on Christmas Day, we do everything, and I have to work my butt off with my parents. But on Thanksgiving, I show up. My dad is the best cook in the family, so he pretty much helps at every one of them. So he's the
Oh,
guy
that's
that has
nice,
to go
isn't
in.
it?
Yeah, he goes in, and he actually prepares because my aunt has difficulty sometimes getting all of it ready. So he'll do the mashed potatoes, he'll do the corn, cranberries from our house and bring it so she doesn't have to do so much.
That's nice,
yes.
isn't it?
So it's like a combination
Cool.
effort. But me, I go right to the couch.
Of course.
Watch football.
Like this. He's doing one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to
Do you
my
have
cousins.
appetizers?
We do. We have a table full of vegetables, dip, with chips and all the dips you can think of. Bread with spinach dip.
sounds delicious.
Just
Yeah,
it
everything.
does, and I'm
I fill up
starving.
pretty much before.
Do you have appetizers?
No, well, we do like. My mom is like every meal she always has hummus and like salsa and just like chips from Trader Joe's and
Right.
yeah, but nothing. We don't because otherwise we just get too full. I mean, I can't do the appetizer.
Isn't
I
that
can't
the
do
point?
that.
Like when you're talking to me about
do you
calories.
do appetizers?
Yeah.
Are they hors d'oeuvres?
They're the best.
Are they fancy? Like
love
ours are
snacking
apps.
for
Those
2 hours.
Are yours and Grant's are apps, but are yours hors d'oeuvres?
They're horse first because we're fancy.
See.
But here's
and
the thing,
set
so
in China bowls.
My
too, I'm
mother-in-law,
sure.
she'll appreciate this again. She's the only Jewish mother on the planet who doesn't like you to eat. So she will make she'll be like she basically forbids us from bringing appetizers, but then I'll call my sister-in-law, who I adore, and be like, dude, bring food.
Yeah.
Why? So why though? Because there isn't enough, or you don't like her food.
No, because she gets nervous that people are going to eat too much.
And then not eat what she made.
Well, not even that. Like
No?
even when she made, it's
I understand.
It's a
Oh, my
deal. It's a deal.
gosh.
It's a deal.
Do
And
you
every
she
year,
strap
like-
people down until they force feed them kind of
No,
situation?
she doesn't like. It's weird. Like she
So-
doesn't like. She's gonna. Be
I'm
married.
sorry
I
for
have
that.
to. I have to stop
How long do you have to wait before you can eat?
after the appetizers.
Yeah, or before if there are no appetizers for you. Essentially, what's
this-
the
well,
you sit in a
this
house
year-
that smells really good,
Right,
and
but
it's
this
just
year
torture.
because Matt's going to the Packer game, so we have to. Everyone has to rearrange their
wait.
schedule. No, we have to rearrange their schedule and eat at like 3:00 or something because he's going to the Packer game.
That's perfect. That's when we eat.
It's a better
2:30.
time to do that.
Yeah.
Well, we have so Big Daddy's parents live next door to us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we go there for brunch at 9:30. But I usually go work out before. They always have like some turkey class or something for us
Right.
to go
I
to,
like that.
right? Yeah. So John and I always go and work out. Then he goes earlier than me so that he can be there on time for his mother. And then and it's totally like it's totally he is. It's totally my entire family. See, our families are also very connected like this. So my entire family goes to his family brunch, and then his family invites a bunch of friends and other family, extended family. Okay, so we go there for brunch, and there's the most crappy food. Like most of us just
At brunch? How do you do crappy food at brunch?
It's fabulous.
Right.
It's
I
fabulous.
was going to say, Becca, you want me to edit that one out?
So fabulous. But so I don't really eat, not so much that it's so fabulous, but because I want to save my calories for the other stuff. Because she doesn't do she'll throw lox out there and not really nicely looking lox, and just kind of something
that
that's
kind of lox,
supposed to be maybe a kugel, but you can't quite tell. Some of the things I can't quite tell what they are, and then a lot of things are just not. Anyway, so I just go because I want to be with my family, right? And they had an indoor pool. This house has an indoor and an outdoor pool. Oh. They used to live on the corner of our block. Okay. John grew up on the corner, and then they moved next door to us 2 years after we moved in, because we were the only ones who had grandkids. So it had an indoor and an outdoor pool, and then my kids could sit and swim with. It was very cute.
That's really nice.
So they took the indoor pool and they covered it up, professionally. Okay, I'm hurrying. And then they use that room. It's kind of like you're in Florida, okay? Because it's all glass,
right?
And sliding glass windows, and it's very warm in there. And it hits south, so it's kind of cool because we all sit in there and hang out. It's very fun. Then Big Daddy stays there all day while I go back home to do a lot of cooking because I like to cook a lot of stuff to help my parents. And then we all go to my parents, and everybody goes to my parents. His side goes to my parents, and then all our friends and family, and then we chow there, and that's just awesome. And I can't.
What time does that happen?
That's at 6:30.
Yeah,
and that's all the nasty stuff and more nasty stuff and more nasty stuff.
Right.
It's good though.
But it's I don't know. I'm not big on restricting calories.
I'm not either
ever,
on that day.
But especially on that
for sure
day.
that day.
Never.
It's just, come on.
Yeah.
I don't even go out and party. The biggest party night of the year is Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Right.
I used to do that.
For you young people.
One day I went and I got hungover and I could not enjoy Thanksgiving.
Right.
And I said I would never
do it again.
Never do it again. So I'm going to, that's why I'm like, we'll do our thing later and I'll go home and get to bed early so I can have that meal. Because I would never sacrifice that
Well, and you
meal.
can drink during the day when you're watching
football.
You can. And I don't know if you guys did that, but there was that was the time when I was growing up that all the friends came. We used to have these things called the Jew party would be on Wednesday night.
Oh, sure.
Because everybody would come in to see their family,
Yeah.
the way at college, and then they'd have they'd rent a bar out, Rupert's or whatever.
Yeah.
We used to do it at Rupert's, and they'd have one person would put a big party on.
Yeah.
It was very fun. But so I get that. So we should probably get going to. I don't even know. I don't think we have time to even play our game. Because I think. Do you want to play? I think we should just play a little bit of our game.
Yeah, a little bit of the game. Why not?
Okay, we're going to play a little bit of our Cards Against Humanity. Oh boy, I'm losing them. Okay, so I've given you a pile of cards that you can select
nervous.
from.
What if I don't know what any of these mean?
You'll know some. I even wrote some because some of them. I kept the ones in there that. There you go.
I love the dating game song.
It's so fun. So the first one I'm going to say here is, hey, my manna tastes like blank. Hey, my manna tastes like blank.
Wow. And I get to choose from any of these?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, just pick the closest best one you can find. Because I gave you extra. Because I have so many, I gave you extra. I should have pulled out the best ones, but I wanted to allow you to
say
do
it again.
that.
Say it again.
Hey, my manna tastes like blank.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Are we trying to get really aggressive with this?
We can get aggressive with it.
Okay, because
so I think Grant's got one.
I don't even know what this means.
Here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Grant. Hey, my manna tastes like
this is not for me.
Female seed?
I don't know.
Wow,
you said you wanted to get aggressive
that's good.
with it.
That's good. I like that one.
I do too.
Okay. Hey, my manna tastes like
I don't even know what that means.
a gross Schwarz Schmeckel. You don't know what a a gross Schwarz Schmeckel is?
I don't.
It's probably not a good thing to say on air. Well,
That's probably why I don't know it.
Well, I will tell you
innocent.
just because it's a good thing actually for knowledge to know.
Okay.
So Schwarz is black.
I knew that.
It can be what's the word?
Derogatory.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For an African American person.
Yes.
But I don't know if any of you know what Schwarz really means.
No.
It's a Yiddish stronger. It's actually very German. It's a German word. It's not really Yiddish. Schwarze is more of a Yiddish word, but Schwarz is black in German.
It sounds like fart to me.
Fart. Yeah.
I thought it was like a fart in your shorts or something.
So how people say, they'll run around, a lot of Jewish people will say, oh, there's a Schwarze, which is an African American, is very much people say it's say it again. What's the word?
Derogatory.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But it really is just means black. It's a color in German.
Right.
So
But it's
I
not
want to
the
just make
appropriate
that.
term. So
Yeah,
then,
it's not appropriate.
It depends on how you use it.
Exactly.
essentially.
So
Yeah.
this is kind of a.
I'm causing
mean-
controversy.
No,
with
it's
my
good. And then
Yeah, well-
schmeckel.
cards.
You can assume what a schmeckel is.
I-
Yeah.
What?
It's a penis.
It's a penis.
A schmeckel.
And I'm not even
you never
Jewish.
knew what a schmeckel
What
was?
is
My-
wrong with guys?
My
I'm
grandpa would always
Wow.
go, "Stop playing with your schmeckel."
That's hilarious.
Your grandma said
My
it.
grandpa.
You know what?
What
Do you
religion
know
are you?
what?
I'm Catholic.
Oh, you're
I
Catholic.
wonder if schmeckel had a little bit of German. I wonder
German.
if it's a Yiddish word that maybe it was schmack, schmackel,
I
or
don't know,
something
yeah.
in
Schmeckel.
German. Okay, let's do one more. Blank is actually kosher, but we don't know how to shecht it properly. That must be hechsher it.
Can you give me the definition of the last two words or the last?
Blank is actually kosher, so
I got
let's
that.
just say
But the next word.
but we don't know how to shecht it properly, which means making it kosher. Like it's kind of a it's a can you get a better example of how I'm trying to think of a good example of that. So like they make things kosher in a certain way, and
But, is it the process?
yeah, it's like a process.
the actual blessing and process of it.
But they're using that instead of a mishkia,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Kristy's. The sex appeal of female knees is actually kosher, but we don't know how to hecht
There are dudes
it
that are into
properly.
that, aren't there?
Into it?
Like
Then
female, knees. Like
Knees?
that's weird.
Knees. This is not very dirty,
it's not
Grant.
relations?
Relation. Oh,
Yeah.
relations.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
that's a nice
I
way to
missed
say
it.
having sex.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Right.
But it said relationships. I didn't see did not look very good. Relations is actually kosher, but we don't know how to hecht it properly. Shecht it properly. I'm not sure.
I just
we
love
wanna
the
do
term when someone
I
says
know.
I had relations.
Relations.
I just had to throw
It's
it
like-
in.
I did
It's
not
a
have
Monica-
relations with that woman.
It's
Yes.
a Monica Lewinsky
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Yes.
Well, you know what? I want everybody to have both Kristy and I and Grant.
Yes.
We want everybody to have a very lovely Thanksgiving with your families. Enjoy the time together with everybody. I love this song.
This song is called "Have a Good Day."
I
on Happy
like
Roots.
this. And then I want you to join me next week for a wonderful interview with Dan Israel. Thank you so much for listening, and make sure you check Not Kosher out at Not Kosher on Twitter and aliveandsocial.com and notkosher.net. Thanks for listening. Be well, my Juniverse.